Hi, it's El Phoenix. I'm coming to you from Front Royal. I was thinking about the Just Say No campaign and how it can have actually a very negative effect upon kids. And I know that sounds very counterintuitive, so here's the deal. The other day I picked up my kids from school, asked them how their days were, and they said they had great days. So I kept asking them more questions about their day, and my eldest son, who's in 5th grade here, said, "Hey Mom, we had this neat talk today which told us how we could get more respect." I said, "Oh, how you can get more respect, huh?" He said, "Yeah, we can just say no and then people will respect us more." I said, "Oh, really? Tell me more about that." So he said, "Well, we were given the scenario. You can go to this party over at your friend's house, or you can go to the soccer game." Now, the neat thing about going to a soccer game is that, let's say I got to play goalie in that game. I would get not only a lot of saves, but I would receive the respect from my teammates. But if I went to that party and we all started drinking, I would not get respect. And I just was listening, and then my younger son said, "Well, I would go to the party. For one thing, I think when I'm older, I'm going to like beer." And I said, "Well, how do you know that?" And he said, "Because I remember it from past lives." I said, "Okay." And he said, "For another thing, I really hate soccer. And I don't want to play soccer to please anyone else for any reason whatsoever." And I kind of laughed because I felt as if both of my sons were saying things in a very interesting way. They were both trying to learn from the situation. I thought that they both had right things and wrong things about their answers. What I do not like is the way that we're teaching kids about things like drinking and making it seem as if drinking alcohol with your friends is a serious sin. That's the kind of fear-based teaching that I don't like that's going on in churches nowadays, and I think that there's a much better way to teach our children. I think we can talk to our kids and help them make informed decisions about things like alcohol. I think we can tell them that things like alcohol are to be used in moderation, just like candy is to be used in moderation. And my favorite example was what happens to me whenever I've eaten too much candy or drunk too much beer, which is I usually vomit and feel horrible the next day. I think that's an effective way to teach kids, but when we conflate or confuse the doing of a sin, which to me involves the conscious and purposeful injuring of another soul for no good reason whatsoever, with maybe a bad mistake that all of us have made, or almost all of us have made, then we have an issue. I like to teach my kids about choices and teach them how to be good souls. And refraining from using alcohol doesn't necessarily make you a good soul. You can be a very selfish and cruel and bad soul in many ways and refrain from drinking alcohol and drive slow and get 8 hours of sleep every night. But you can do nothing to help your fellow men. You can refuse to give to charity. You can refuse to take care of the people in your family. Those are the really important things. I don't like for us to scare our kids in order to teach them. That's my main message today. And that's what I told my kids. I chuckled and I said to my older kid, the 5th grader who wanted to receive respect, I said, "Well, you receive respect from how you treat others, not because of how many goals you save." Although, unfortunately, in our society, we do tend to give a lot of adulation to those who save a lot of goals or score a lot of baskets or throw for a lot of touchdowns. But the real meaningful, deep respect we get is from how much we love one another, how we take care of one another, how we conduct ourselves in our daily lives. And then I said to my younger son, the one in the back, I said, "Son, you may remember the good things about drinking from past lives, but you seem to have forgotten all the bad things about drinking. But one thing you're going to know is that while I'm your mom, I'm going to be trying to teach you how to make good choices, and I don't think that's a very good choice for you to be making at a young age, and we'll talk about it when you get older." That's the kind of way that I like to teach my kids. Let's not scare our kids. Let's teach them love, and let's teach them to look inward to their souls and use their brains and use their minds and use what is lodged within them, which is a piece of the divine when they make decisions. That's how we should be teaching our children. Y'all have a wonderful day. I love you. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Goodbye.